Hello, welcome to English for Everyone, where we practice real-life American English. Today we're going to learn to avoid some important mistakes, so let's get started. First, this is not correct.
So, before you want to get rid of Russian accent, you have to understand. So, this is the perfect example of Russian accent.
I cannot say you want to get rid of Russian accent. The word accent is countable. You can say you want to get rid of your Russian accent, or you want to get rid of the Russian accent. So we need an article or a possessive. This is also not correct.
And try to do American accent all at once, you're going to fail, most likely.
I cannot say try to do American accent all at once. Again, accent is countable. I need an article, so you can say try to do an American accent or try to do the American accent. It's better to say learn here. Try to learn the American accent. So example, he speaks with a Russian accent. It's one in general, so I use the article a. He speaks with a Russian accent. And he wants to get rid of his Russian accent. I use possessive. His. Let's practice. Does he speak with a Russian accent? That's right, he speaks with a Russian accent. Does he want to get rid of his Russian accent? That's right, he wants to get rid of his Russian accent. This is also not correct.
So stay tuned, subscribe, if you want to make your English better.
I cannot say stay tuned, subscribe, if you want to make English better. I need a possessive, your, if you want to make your English better. I cannot say if you want to make English better. So if you want to make your English better, stay tuned and subscribe. This is also not correct.
It's really interactive. It has a video from me where I explain you how to use it, where I explain you tenses in English, the most used tenses.
I cannot say where I explain you how to use it. And I cannot say where I explain you tenses. When I use the verb explain, I need a preposition. I need to. So you can say where I explain to you how to use it. But the second example, we have to change it more. We don't say where I explain to you tenses, we have to change the order. We say where I explain tenses to you. So if you have an object after explain, you need the object first, the thing you're explaining. And then you use to plus the person at the end. So it's correct to say where I explain tenses to you. Example, you ask the question, can you explain something to me? I cannot say, can you explain me something? No, I put the object after the verb explain. Something is the object. Can you explain something to me? Then plus to and the person at the end, to me. Can you explain something to me? And then you answer, sure, I can explain it to you. Again, I can explain it, the object, to you, the person. Let's practice. Can you explain something to me? That's right, I can explain it to you. Now let's practice. You ask me the question. Sure, I can explain it to you. Very good. This is also not correct.
And it will be taken off your first month of payment.
I cannot say your first month of payment. In this situation, we use a possessive months, apostrophe S. So you can say your first month's payment, but I cannot say your first month of payment. This is not correct. So example, his first month's payment is free. Let's practice. Is his first month's payment free? That's right, his first month's payment is free. This is also not correct.
Now let's continue to the class.
I cannot say let's continue to the class. After continue, if you have a noun, we use the preposition with. Let's continue with the class, not let's continue to the class. Let's continue with the class. Let's practice. Should we continue with the class? That's right, we should continue with the class. So can I ever say continue to? Sure, if you have a verb, you can say I continue to work, I continue to eat, I continue to sleep. With verbs, you can use to, but not with nouns. This is also not correct.
And somewhere at the beginning, you say, I'm 20 years old or I'm 25 years old.
It's not correct to say somewhere in the beginning, you say, I'm 20 years old. Your say? If you say you're, that's a contraction of you are. So we use ing. you're saying. You're saying I'm 20 years old. This is correct. This is also not correct.
So when you've done introducing yourself, I would ask something that would provoke another person to reply.
I cannot say when you've done introducing yourself. You've is a contraction of you have. If I say you've done your work, you've done your job. But I cannot say you've done introducing yourself. In this case, we say you are. You are, contraction, you're. When you're done introducing yourself. So we say I'm done, you're done, he's done, plus a gerund with ing. Example, when you're done watching this video, what are you going to do? Put it in the comments. Tell me what you're going to do when you're done watching this video. Let's hear that clip again and listen to the second part.
So when you've done introducing yourself, I would ask something that would provoke another person to reply.
The second part is also not correct. I cannot say I would ask something that would provoke another person to reply. We don't use the verb provoke in this case. We use the verb prompt. So it's correct to say I would ask something that would prompt another person to reply, not provoke. We use provoke in different ways, like you provoke a fight or you provoke a reaction. You can also provoke a person, but not to do something. Usually it's you provoke a person, you make them angry, start a fight. That's how we use provoke. So you ask something that would prompt somebody to reply. Prompt is the correct verb here. This is also not correct.
Maybe if I come to Britain for a week, I will get back to British accent.
I will get back to British accent. Again, accent is countable. So you can say, I will get back to my British accent, or I will get back to the British accent. Those are correct. So we need an article the or a possessive my. This is also not correct.
But I like American accent.
But I like American accent. Again, we need the article the. I like the American accent. The pronunciation, use a long E because it's before a vowel. The American accent. I like the American accent. So what's the difference? An American accent or the American accent? If it's specific, use the. I like the American accent. And he speaks with an American accent. It's one in general. We use the article an. He speaks with an American accent. And I like the American accent. Let's practice. Do you like the American accent? Very good. And does he speak with an American accent? That's right. He speaks with an American accent. This is also not correct.
There are a lot of YouTubers out there. If you take top 20 YouTubers, I think all of them will be from the US.
If you take top 20 YouTubers, when I use top 20, I need an article, the. If you take the top 20 YouTubers. So remember, when you use top plus a number, we need an article, the top 20. The top 10, the top 100, use the with these examples. Example, the top 3 British rock bands from the 60s. Who were they? The top 3 British rock bands from the 60s were the Beatles, the Stones, and the Who. Let's practice. Who were the top 3 British rock bands from the 60s? Very good. This is also not correct.
Or you've been talking to a person for 5 minutes and you finish conversation by hugging each other.
You finish conversation by hugging each other? Conversation is a countable noun. So I have to say the. You finish the conversation by hugging each other. I use the for a specific conversation. But if it's one in general, I can say you finish a conversation, any conversation in general, by hugging each other. In this case, it's more specific, so I would use the. You finish the conversation by hugging each other. Let's practice with one conversation in general, a conversation. Any conversation, use a. How would you finish a conversation? Would you finish a conversation by hugging the other person? Very good. This is also not correct.
I am in my 4th year of bachelor's program.
I cannot say I'm in my 4th year of bachelor's program. Bachelor's program, it's countable. The noun program is countable. So I have to say, my bachelor's program, the bachelor's program or a bachelor's program. I would change it. I would say, I'm in the 4th year of my bachelor's program. That sounds better. Example, he's in the 4th year of his bachelor's program. Let's practice. Is he in the 4th year of his bachelor's program? That's right. He's in the 4th year of his bachelor's program. He's about to graduate. This is also not correct.
So again, now I'm going to give you phrases and you're going to write them down.
You cannot say, I'm going to give you phrases and you're going to write them down. You gonna? Gonna is a reduction of going to. So we need the action are, but made into a contraction, you're. You're going to write them down. So it's correct to say, I'm going to give you phrases and you're going to write them down. Make sure you pronounce the you're. You're gonna write them down. So the example, you're going to give me phrases and I'm going to write them down. Let's practice. Are you going to give me phrases? That's right. And am I going to write them down? That's right. You're going to write them down. This is also not correct.
But please make sure you're always in the context. You always know what's happening.
Please make sure you always in the context. Please make sure you always. I need an action. You are. Please make sure you are always in the context. Or the contraction you are, you're. Make the R sound, you're. Make sure you're always in the context. This is also not correct.
But if you follow the schedule, you get up to 100% refund.
I cannot say you get up to 100% refund. Refund is a countable noun, so I need an article. It's correct to say you get up to a 100% refund. So remember, refund is countable. We have to say a refund. A 100% refund. Example, he got a 100% refund. Let's practice. Did he get a 100% refund? That's right, he got a 100% refund. Or I can say, he got a full refund. It's the same idea. Let's practice. Did he get a full refund? That's right, he got a full refund. This is also not correct.
So when you're meeting somebody, the first thing you say is, hello?
I cannot say when you meeting somebody, the first thing you say is hello. When you meeting somebody? Meeting is a continuous action. We need the action are. When you are meeting somebody. Or contraction, you are, you're. When you're meeting someone, the first thing you say is hello. Let's practice. When you're meeting someone, what is the first thing you say? Very good. Thanks for watching, and if you like this video, subscribe to our channel. And if you want to become a member, click the join button. And we'll see you next time.